in a war. I get knocked down, I get back up, get up and go. I stay ready for more. Go toe to toe till I level the score. Never gon' quit. Heard you seen some, but you never seen this. Bet on myself 8 times, no trick. Give me the loot. See now we going high.
You know what time it is. You're listening to Going to the Body with the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole. I'm joined with my guy Ray Jeezy on the scene with me. What's going on, Ray?
I know we're here to talk about Lomachenko, but the big news came out today. Terrence Crawford versus Canelo on Netflix. That's big for people like us. Hopefully for you, bro. You don't have to worry about ordering it or nothing.
Chill out, yo, chill out.
You can watch it legally. That's big news. They're gonna break records. You know, Amanda Serrano, they broke records. I think Crawford Canelo is going to take it to another level. And Serrano fighting again on Netflix. But Netflix, I appreciate what they're doing for boxing. I really do. Can't be mad. Can't be mad at Turkey. Sorry, Christine. Man. Can't be mad at it.
Yeah, that's gonna be our guess. You know, look at you. You already giving the people what they want early. You know what I'm saying? We know what's on the thumbnail, so it ain't like it's a secret. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I'm saying? We do got a special guest. Actually, and our guest is on vacay, so she's definitely doing us a big favor. But before we get to the boxing talk, we got to knock out some particulars. They subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search The Urban Sports Scene. You can check out our website, which is theurbansportscene.com. Also, if you're on YouTube right now and you're new to our YouTube channel, just subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. Hit that red subscribe button. Also, like this video. Also, if you know, we are now qualified for super chat, so you feel like supporting the cause of this team, man, just hit us with a super chat. We're gonna prioritize those messages on the show as well. Also, you can check out our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. You can also hit us up on our socials, which is on Twitter at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and also like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. All right, let's get into our tradition, the pregame. So here's what we have on tap. Christine Lopez from In the Ring with Christine will join us to talk about lightweight boxing, all-time great Vasiliy Lomachenko. All right, but now let's introduce Christine into the show. What is going on, Christine?
Hey guys, super chat. Oh my gosh, good job. Y'all have been putting in that work.
Yeah, I know, right?
Welcome.
Thank you.
That is so good. That is so good. Yeah, y'all have to excuse me. I am on vacation. I'm still working, but I wanted to join y'all tonight. So thanks for having me very much.
Oh, thanks for being on, Christine. And you said before we start recording, you have a show tonight. What's the agenda on the show tonight?
Yeah, so obviously we are also going to talk about Crawford Canelo on Netflix, like our guy Ray said. And then we've got some other stuff coming up. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about DB3. We're going to touch on it a little bit. And then, of course, Shay Metcalf, she has a different opponent that was just announced on the Jake Paul, card. Well, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. So we're going to talk about that too. So it'll be fun.
Hey, Ray,
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up for sure. I can't wait for the DB3 talk. Hopefully you can mix in. I'm just giving you some advice on idea. Mix in a little mental health discussion because Keyshawn, he definitely continues to need people to. I'm so serious.
That. No, thank you for saying that. I was actually on a show a couple of days ago, and I definitely touched on that. I was like, so we're definitely going to touch on that tonight for sure.
Pulling up.
Ray, I can tell you want to ask Christine about Crawford Canelo. Cause go ahead, go for it.
No, I don't actually. I'm gonna
pick a side, season, baby. Pick a side.
I'm just excited for Netflix. I just think it's a big deal for boxing and how boxing is now growing in terms of streaming platforms and making it more accessible. A lot of us already have Netflix. It's no hassle. It's perfect for me.
Yeah.
I feel like you was throwing shade at me though. Like I know what you was doing there too. With the
no. It's good for people like you.
What was he doing? What was he doing?
I tend to like find ways to watch my fights. So he's trying to so
he was like jabbing you a little bit.
Yeah. I find eventful ways to watch all my fights. That's all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I know what he was doing there. It's all good though. I ain't mad at you, Ray. I ain't mad at you, dog. I still love you, dude. You know what I'm saying? I still love you. Still.
Hey, brother, that's why I'm telling you. It's because I love you. That's why I'm telling you. Watch it the right way.
He's like, you're safe now. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You good.
You know what I mean? Hey, I'm glad it's on Netflix. I'm gonna watch it. I'm pulling up. So I was gonna watch it regardless. So anyway, any which way I was gonna watch it. I was making sure I'm gonna see that fight. So it didn't matter. But like you said, pick a side. Who side you on? I think I already know. I know the answer, but I want to hear you say it.
Be careful.
Are you new here?
I know I'm
Here?
not new. I know who you going to pick. I know who you going to pick. I know it's Bud. Of course, Bud. I knew love Bud.
Latinas for Bud.
I know you big. I know. You believe. Do you believe? So you are you as the fight gets closer? Are you more of a believer that Bud can do it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was before, but now even more. I mean, you pay attention. You watch things. You pay attention and see what people are doing, what they aren't doing, and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Bud's gonna have. I never doubt Bud now. After what he did to my man Earl, I never doubt Bud ever in life ever again.
Smart man.
I will not do that.
So that's another show, bro.
It is though. It is. I know. Ray knows. But all right, let's get into a guy that I have so much respect for. He's one of the best in the game. 3 division world champion, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Lomachenko officially retired last week. Your thoughts when you heard the news?
When I heard the news, I mean, it's a bittersweet thing. Because he's up there. If he's not the greatest, he is up there with the greats. And anytime he fought, it was always exciting. We had some wins, we had some losses, some questionable losses, but nonetheless, he always gave us a show, and he dared to be great. A lot of people said that, how is he going to go for a world title like his pro debut? Well, we got to remember, almost 400 amateur fights, internationally. So he was ready, and he showed us he was ready until he wasn't, was Salido. But you know what? It was bittersweet. I think it's time. Our warriors take a lot of damage. People don't really realize, and they don't always discuss it. So there must have been something going on, either mentally, physically, emotionally, where he was like, you know what? It's time, and I respect him for that.
Yeah, I was surprised because I kind of still wanted him to show the world that like he could still do it. You know what I mean? I felt like he could still do it. There were situations I thought there were certain fights that kind of took its toll on him because he was disappointed in the outcome because he felt like he won. And it kind of crushed him little by little. You could see it in his facial expressions and how he would talk after those fights and whatnot. So I feel like that kind of played a part into it. I think he kind of felt betrayed by the boxing game. That's how I kind of look at it. But at the same time, I just wish he would have gotten an opportunity. Even though some of these guys were calling him out and trying to make a fight happen because they felt like he was in the latter part of his career. I always felt like he could still give them some good bump or even upset some of these dudes who think they can really beat him. It was almost like the Manny Pacquiao effect before all these, like Manny Pacquiao's going a little too crazy now, but when he was still in the game, and he was in the latter part of his career, even this is after he lost to Floyd, certain guys felt like it was still the right time to pick off Pacquiao, but they were incorrect. They weren't. Pacquiao was still good enough to beat those boxers. So I think for me, I feel like Lomachenko is still at a place where some of these guys that we feel like have been kind of babysitted or they've been there at a place where they think they're ready to be a primetime boxer. I think he could still give them some good work or even upset them if you want to call it an upset.
And I think back in the day he could have, but you got to think about it. It's like, so we have this, race car, and we've been through so many races and we're going to win. And they take so much wear and tear. And our bodies are not machines. As much as we want to believe some of these men are machines and these women, they're not. And things start to just fall apart. And then maybe your mind says you can do it or it doesn't, but the body doesn't follow. So it's either or both. So I'm not mad at it. Sure, would I like to see something else? But I respect him for having the courage to do it because look, like Manny Pacquiao. He doesn't know when to say enough is enough.
Man, he can't stop. I love Manny. He can't stop.
Me too. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Keith Thurman dropped the ball. He was supposed to retire.
I know he's going, man. I knew he's going to do it.
Man. That's all it takes because you talk about how much goes into being a boxer. And Christine, you know better than the two of us.
Yeah.
But one thing that I know outside of what Lomachenko has experienced, the politics and the judging is you work so hard in a camp for 2 months or however long, and then you don't perform well that night. That hurts so much because I did everything right leading up. So I know it takes a mental toll just as much as a physical toll, maybe even more. I mean, we've had Gary Russell on this show. I'm going to mention him because Lomachenko got one of his signature wins against our guy Gary Russell Jr. early in his career, but he said the mental aspect of boxing sometimes is so much more than the physical. So I could see Loma being demoralized. And Wole, your criticism of him was he used to take the 12th round off, except like the Haney fight and the Tio fight. You felt like he tried to cruise his way into the 12th. But I think bigger than that, he still deserved, especially the Haney fight, to at least get a draw in my eyes. But it was a close fight, though. Respect to Haney, no doubt. But I think that's what pushed him over, even though he performed well against Kambosos.
You know, the thing that people don't talk about too is that so yes, the mental is huge. It's like 80-90%, right? The physical is huge, but one thing that people don't talk about too much is also the financial side of it, because it doesn't matter. Even if you're rich, okay, you're rich or whatever, you still don't have money coming in. You're still paying people, you know, nutritionists, S&C coaches, you know, your sparring partners. Where are you staying? Are you traveling? Or you know, what are you doing? Feeding your camp. It's like people don't talk about that either. And then we have the ones that aren't there, you know, and have to do that. So yeah, there's the mental, the physical, but there's also the financial. And it's like, can I continue to put my mind, my body in my pocket through all this? You know, it's really like a come to Jesus moment that you have to have with yourself, in my opinion.
Oh, that's great. That's a great segue, actually, for me, simply because this is why some boxers pick the promotional company, or they pick the advisors or whoever their team is, because you get the right situation. Like Pro Box is doing a phenomenal job with their fighters right now, by the way. I know that personally, but it brings me to my question, because I love Loma's resume. You talk about, I just mentioned Russell, Ramirez, Comey, Tio, Haney. He's fought so many, Linares. He fought so many great fighters. Fought so many great fighters. However, he did not fight Tank Davis. And in my eyes, 4 people are responsible. That's Ellerby, that's Al Heyman, that's Mayweather, and then Bob Arum. Bob Arum came straight out and said in 2017, I'm not doing business with Al Heyman at the time, and that fight's not happening just because of that. And that bothers me. You know, it's not Lomachenko's fault. No, for the people listening or watching this recording, Tank didn't duck. This is a blemish to me. He should have. He should have fought Tank. They should have fought each other back then. It would have been a dope fight for boxing. But again, the politics. However, I understand why Loma chose to sign with Top Rank and stay with Top Rank, because of some of the reasons you just mentioned. But Christine and Wole, both of you all, what are your thoughts on that, about him being with Top Rank and how that fight never happened, but his resume is still amazing? I didn't even get to everybody.
Yeah. You know, the thing is you're absolutely right. You know, I mean, and I'll just kind of like backtrack from what you said. It's like now, since Uncle Turk has gotten on the scene, everybody wants to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, right? And it's like, why could we have not done that before? Like you said, that was a fight that we really, really wanted to see. And I'm sure he's going to be sitting on his rocking chair talking to his grandkids, you know, like Uncle Rico, what's the movie, Both for Pedro?
Was that, that's, shoot. Oh, guys, to make fun of this dude all the time.
I know.
Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Napoleon Dynamite.
There you go.
It's like, you know, he's going to be talking about that, and that's going to be something that he just is like, shit, you know, and we are too. I mean, because we would have loved to see that. So it's very sad that they couldn't get it together. It really is. But what do we do? You know, what do we do? He's saying that even if they are going to maybe work on some things, and they have, you know, Top Rank at PBC, that fight is not really anything that I think will happen. What would have happened, even if he did stay around another year or two? So why do it?
Yeah, I mean, I have my opinions about if Tank could have fought Lomachenko, when he could have or not, because I'm a big believer in when you're the draw, you fight whoever you want to. No one gonna really stay. No one can stop you. I'm gonna keep saying, but look, why did Earl and Bud happen? It wasn't because of management.
Yeah, because Earl said.
Because Earl, the draw said. The draw said.
Yeah, the draw, like you said, the draw said. But depending on who you think the draw is, one of the draws said yes, and the other one said, eh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, like, if they like, I don't like. At the end of the day, like, yes, management messes everything up. But if you're the draw, if you're a big money making, the money making cash, the money on the side, and you say, I want to fight this person. I don't care, make it happen. It will happen. Now, if you trust your team that much, the issue is that
1,000.
If the argument is you trust your team, like that's your total trust in your team, then that's fine, and you can go that route. But if you truly want the fight to happen,
and Tank has shown us, no disrespect to his team, that he does not trust his team.
Yes.
What happened in the Roach fight? Who did he have talking in his ear? Who did, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what was going on over there? So he's proven to us that he does not trust his team. In my opinion, if you don't trust your team, then you need to get a new team so that you can fight the best of the best and give the people what they want.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, when it gets to that, like, that side of things, like, you fight who you like. You're the money. If Mike Tyson back in the day said, I want to fight this person, and Don King was like, nah, but Mike Tyson was like, I want to fight him, it's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely, I agree.
2017, I think that Loma was equally as big as a draw as Tank, to be honest with you. And I blame Floyd more than that, but it's about Lomachenko and his legacy. And like I said, he still fought fought everybody else he could. I mean, Rigondeaux was considered a really tough fighter at the time. You know, Richard Comey was an excellent fighter. He fought Luke Campbell too. He fought everybody needed to fight. Jermaine Ortiz. I like Jermaine Ortiz as well. He fought all the top guys. He never ducked smoke. It wasn't on him. You know, we can argue about whether it was on Tank or Floyd or whoever, but it wasn't on Loma. I just wish for his legacy and for us as fight fans, analysts, for Christine as a trainer, for those involved in this industry, we needed that fight. We really did.
No, I agree. But it's like, what do we do now? You know, what do we do? It's like, do we let him go off gracefully and he's going to do it anyway? And do we just say, that's just something that never happened? I mean, we see fantasy matchups all the time on X and like other places. Oh, what if Muhammad Ali fought, you know, AJ? You know? We see it all the time. And now that is going to be one of those things that in the next 10 years, our my grandkids are going to be talking about, you know?
I mean, we do that. We do that with a fight that happened. But we do that with
going
Floyd
back to
and Manny.
Errol real quick.
Sorry,
I'm not trying to shade nobody, but I'm just saying Errol and Bud, I feel like they fought a little bit late. That's just me. I feel like pre-accident.
Errol should have fought Bud.
You know, so I'm glad it happened. I'm glad Errol made it happen.
So it was strategically planned.
Like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That I feel like. Look, I'm with Ray.
I understand that too. I know Wole wants to talk about legacy. Alexander got a comment though. Let's see.
Comment. Hold on.
Can we show it? Oh yeah,
I got it.
I thought what hurt Loma's legacy is that his countryman Alexander Usyk passed him up. Thoughts?
I don't know, but
I don't agree, but I never thought about it. I don't agree.
I never thought about that.
And they're definitely. I don't agree, but
so,
it's okay.
Along those lines, though. Along those lines, I want to ask you, what do you think about Ukraine as a country pre-war, pushing like, you know, Klitschko, Postal, Usyk? Like, how do you think they do with their fighters? You know, they probably could have done a little bit more for their own economy and for their own fighters. What do you think?
Ooh, you're asking me. God, so look, like we have, like when I was working with Team USA, we have fought, you know, Ukrainian boxers, and they're very tough, and they're very, they love their country. I mean, look what happened. I mean, one of the questions was, what did I think was the most significant thing that Loma did? I think him going to saying, you know what, F boxing. Like, I love my country so much.
That's true.
And I'm willing to die. If I come back, I come back. If I don't, I don't. But my country, my family, they're first. So could they have done more? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can see and we can research what the financial status is for them. But right now, and even back then, I think they weren't doing very well. The ones that were boxing were really having to sacrifice and do the things that they needed to do just to make it. They're a different breed. They're a different breed, that's for sure. So I have no criticism for their country or the way that they do things.
I had so much respect for Loma when he did that. Like I already had respect for him, but when he did that, I was like, bro, you're one of the best boxers in the game. And for you to say, you know what, like my country's more important than just my individual accomplishments and dreams and goals. That was wild to me. That was wild. I was like, oh yeah, you're a different type of dude. Like you're a different type of dude.
Look at our God. I love my country. I'm American. But we have so many, and I'm not even going to get way into this, entitled boxers today. Like, what the fuck? You know, they don't have that commitment. They don't have that love. They don't have that passion. You know what? In every century and every part of history, somebody, and a lot of people more than others, have been treated badly. It is what it is, you know. But what about the pride that comes from within, or from even your parents, or your single mother, or your single father that raises you, like bringing them honor, you know, but not just feeling like people owe you something. I mean, I'm not going to touch on it too much because we're going to talk about it tonight on the show.
yeah. Save it.
But there was a lot of entitlement last weekend, and that's just not acceptable.
That was a trip. I'll tell you that much. That was a trip. But yeah, so you mentioned a little bit, but in terms of what is the fight, if you had a name, I mean, obviously you talked about what was the signature moment for Loma, but in terms of the fight game, who was like that signature fight or signature win for Loma in your opinion?
So as far as win, so I'm kind of like I'm backwards because to me the fight. Okay, when we talk about Loma, so I thought Haney.
Yeah.
I kind of thought, you know, also Tio. You know, it's like, but the fight that like I remember like that I was like, oh shit. Was when he fought Salido, his second fight. And I'm like, man, the way he fought, you know, his first fight, Jose Luis Ramirez, and he just skated through, everything was good. And then Salido, we're like, damn, Salido, he's tough. And this and that. And we're like, is Salido going to beat him? I don't think so. Loma's a whole different breed. And then boom. To me, that is the fight that I'm just like, damn. That I said damn about. And it wasn't a win. It was a loss, but.
That's interesting. Ray, what about you?
His signature fight,
or signature or the fight that you said for you?
Oh, like I already said mine. It was Rigo because before Rigo got the reputation
me too.
Before he got the reputation as sort of a runner. I mean, don't get it twisted. Even when he ran, he was hard to punch. He was entertaining. As I don't know what, you know. We talk about the Ukraine. I mean, Haiti, they put out some tough dudes as well. That was it for me. And he didn't just win. He punished them.
He punished them, dude.
I mean, we talking about no mas. Like he wanted no more. So
yes.
And Rigo's a tough dude. So that was it for me. You know, I was hating because I'm a Russell dude. So I was hating. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was too.
But you when somebody's great, you know, like Tom Brady, whatever you want to talk about in terms of like sports greatness, when somebody's so great that you just can't hate, that's Loma. Like, he was so great in that fight, and he got stronger. Like Pacquiao said it too. He reminds me of a young me. Like he gets stronger as the fight goes on. You know, they like test that dude. Like Vada needs to test him more often because he just looked like he wasn't real, bro.
No, it's wild you say that because that's crazy. I like because you know, like Ray, like you said, Ray, like I'm like because of Gary, there's some biasness there. So I started hating on Lomachenko. I was hating on him. I was hating. And then like, but sometimes
y'all gonna hate Bud after September.
Look, man, Canelo already lost. He lost a lot of cool points to me, so I don't even care. He lost a lot of cool points to me. But it got to a point where I just had to acknowledge the greatness, and then I started to be so much of a fan of it because to me, like, and you know, Ray had a similar fight. That's the same fight. The Rigondeaux fight was the same fight. Like that's when I was that's when I was like, okay, this dude ain't no joke. Like this is ridiculous. He makes people quit. Like that's like ridiculous. He makes folks quit. So I just appreciate his footwork and the way
angles.
He gets angles. That's like I've never seen a boxer who can do it like that. Like and get it up so quickly. It's the transition is amazing. Where people are like are scared or timid because they may get caught. He don't care. It's like he slides it, he slips it, and he's there, man. And it's a sight to see. It's a sight to see.
I just want to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick, like, and we never saw him really too much lose himself mentally until like after a fight was maybe called and he didn't believe that he lost. But he just had the same face, the same composure, like nothing, like day at the office.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and I'm a Tank dude. Wole knows this. People who watch the show know I love Tank. If the Tank Roach fight would have went the way, or if Tank Loma would have went the way Tank Roach did, and Loma would have like, oh, this is all the power you have, I think we would have saw Loma turn it up like y'all talking about. Because Loma just, the onslaught, even T.O., that second half of that fight, T.O. was kind of like retreating. That's why I wish I would have saw it, because of what you guys were saying. Just the way, he didn't have no weaknesses. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's true. What's
going on, Lou? Yeah, it's like, it's wild, because even in defeat, like the T.O., because I was rooting for T.O. I was rooting for T.O. in that fight. I told you I can hate with the best of them. So I was rooting for T.O. I was rooting for T.O. But then I was like,
you're like, anybody.
Anybody. Somebody get this man a loss. I'm sick of this crap. Like, you know what I mean? They keep talking about he the best in the game. So when T.O. has a good start, like, T.O. got him. Like, I'm getting hyped. Like, T.O. got this right. But then I'm watching this like the race in the second half. I was like, oh, damn. I'm like, shoot, like, I think T.O. racked enough rounds. I kind of think, but I wasn't even sure anymore. I was like, I think Loma can get this. Like, because like Ray said, it was like the first half was all T.O. But the second half, it was completely all Loma. And like, it was domination. It was almost like, again, like what we seen in the past. And I'm sitting there like, damn, even in defeat, when this dude was having an off night, he looked good. You know what I mean? Like
something clicked. Like he had that second wind.
Yes.
You know
what I mean? He went like Devin Haney. Like Devin was hitting him with the jab, and he was controlling the beginning a little bit, and then he just turned up. But the Devin fight hurts my soul, because I'm like, he had most of like the impactful punches, like Loma. So it was like he was the one that, like, he really wasn't hurt at any point in time.
No.
But Devin was kind of the one looking weary, and he's the one that got the L. Like, that really, I know why he was upset with that one. That one I was
of course, I do too. I do too. I was like, who are the judges?
Who are the judges? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? What would you like? So actually, what will you remember about Loma the most?
I think that he is one of the last of the almost 400 fights as an amateur. That was back when, people, when they were traveling everywhere. He went to two Olympics, so internationally he was everywhere. I think that, the Olympians now, they're so quick to go pro that they're not going to have the number of amateur fights like Loma. I think he's one of the last of those. I don't know if some people say that was part of the reason why he didn't last as long as the pros. I can see that. And that he should have gone pro a lot earlier. And then some people say, no, he did, exactly what he needed to do, and he made his mark, and he went to the Olympics twice. So, but I think he is definitely one of the last, that has done that and that will do that.
So, Ray, you got something?
My last question, Christine, and get back to that beautiful weather. And I'll be watching later. Is Wole shared his reason for why he didn't like Loma, but why, in your opinion, do you feel like Loma was one of the more envied fighters amongst boxing circles?
I think that he made it look so easy that people kind of weren't sure if he was really the real deal or not. I've heard people say that, like, is this guy really real? Like, the way that he like slides through and dances around and everything, is he really as good as people say? Does he have power? We know he has speed. We know he has good footwork. What is it? So I think that, and I will say this. So in my house, we were always divided, and I had to pick somebody else, right? So I didn't pick Loma, even though I liked him and I knew he was going to win. So, but that was also one of the reasons too, because I wanted to see I wanted to see some facial expressions. I want to see you work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to see him do his thing, like dominate someone and like really knock somebody out and really put somebody on their butt. You know, but he was so smooth with it. He was like a great dancing partner, a leading dancing partner. So I don't know. I mean, will people say that he was exciting? I think it depends on what you consider exciting. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was like wild because I think he was exciting to me because I just felt like because his style.
And you're a boxing head.
Yeah.
Some people are like, he's just, you know.
Yeah.
I've heard the other side.
Yeah. No, I can see it because he's not a knockout artist. So I guess in that regard. Yeah. But I feel like anytime you you can beat folks into submission, that's amazing to me. Like to a point where you like you get on one knee and say I'm done. And it's not even about being hurt with one punch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more like I can't hit you. You keep hitting me. I'm done. Like I'm quitting. Like this abuse is too much. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? Like it's different from like when Tank knocked you out, like you just knocked out. You don't got your wits. Like you don't got your wits. Right. You don't know. You don't know what's going on in life. But when Loma was hitting you 100 times, you know what's going on. You like no mas. You're done. Like
no, seriously. And I think Loma is a prime example of when young kids are like looking to be boxers and they want to immediately go pro. It's like the amateurs are there for a reason. And Loma is a prime example of why you need to go through the amateur program so that you can be that great pro, you know, that you strive to be like him and like others.
Well, Christine, this has been dope. It's always good to have you on. When we do like if the Bud Canelo fight, I want to get you on again for that one.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee. I know. That's a guarantee.
And while you're there, poll the people.
Celebrate.
I don't know if you hold really Benavidez versus Canelo. Is that just an American thing? You know what I'm saying? Like Benavidez is really like a light heavyweight anyway. So
yeah. This is the fight.
Hey, hold real quick. Do you think that if say if Bud wins, would he fight up Benavidez? Do you think he would do that?
I feel like why?
I know Rice too. I know. Yeah, I know, right? You think he'll retire if he beats Canelo?
I feel like he is close to it. I mean, one thing that he said in many interviews is he wants to retire on his own terms. You know, he wants to be financially, mentally, physically sound and able to do that. And I think that he's at like an age where he can decide, you know, maybe if he fights one more time after Canelo, but let's face it, when he beats Canelo, who else do we want to see him fight? You know
exactly.
Like really, it's going to bring the same
money.
luster. You know?
Canelo money different. It's different. Yeah. You fight Canelo, you're already good. Like, you know, you saw what Charlo. You told the Charlo kid, dude. He just took the L.
Absolutely.
Hey, Christine, before we let you go, how again? Let our listeners know how they can catch your content and also your show tonight.
Absolutely. So everybody, please subscribe to In the Ring with Christine. And every Wednesday, Women Crushing It Wednesdays, even though it's Tuesday, but I got something to do tomorrow, so we do it tonight. But on Twitter, on all social media platforms. I also am occasionally on a 10-8 podcast in the mornings with Norbs and Jamel Herring. That's a fun show too. But please tune in, and thank you guys for having me. This was so fun. Christine, always a pleasure.
Always. It's always fun having you on, Christine. It's always dope. But like I told you before, like in this boxing game, you're one of the more insightful people, period, in the boxing game. So it's always good. It's always a blessing to have you on our show. We appreciate it.
Unbiased, so unbiased.
I know, right? She's not. Even when she's favoring somebody, she shows
she'll tell you that first. She'll tell you that first.
Yeah, she'll tell you it first, and then she'll show love to the opposition of it. You know what I mean?
She love the bomb gunner. Like,
you know what?
She's not my favorite, but you know what? I respect her.
No, listen. Okay, so we have in Dallas on the 16th, I believe, we have a media workout. She's going to be there. She's going to get to see me, and I'm going to give her my autograph. I am not holding any resentment or anything. I am going to allow her to hug me and take a picture with me. Come on.
Exactly. See what I'm talking about? This is why Christine is dope. This is
All
why I
left.
think it's dope. Anyway, I appreciate everybody for pulling up and tuning in. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. You dig? Deuces. We are out.
Thanks, guys.
My
Swag.